What is up, you guys? This is your favorite cutie Mel back again on my Soapbox channel to give you guys yet another video. Today I wanted to come to you guys and talk to you about something that I've been meditating on today, thinking about today, and like doing research on, which is like anxiety. So I've been interacting with someone who has really been triggering me a lot lately, and sometimes I get frustrated because I feel like, oh, well, I should be past this. Like, I've worked past this. I know that I know how to get through this. I know how to change my thoughts. I know how to think positively. And now I'm starting to just feel like sometimes, and some wounds that we have might never completely go away. It's really more about just learning how to manage the anxiety that you get, learning how to manage the worry that you get from certain situations when you do get triggered and you start to feel just not feel good, not feel good. Maybe your heart races, maybe you just feel like complete despair. And I felt that today, and I was doing some research, and I want to share with you guys some ways that you can possibly help yourself in moments like this. So what I learned to do today was, it's like a physical thing. So one, when you start to feel your nervous system turn on in a negative way, where you start to feel anxiety, singing can help, and also humming, because there's something called the vagus nerve that basically, once you, I can't remember whether you turn it on or off. I think you're turning on your vagus nerve. It helps you to feel better and to calm down your nervous system. Another way is to put your hands over your heart, kind of like how I told you guys about like what I do when I get triggered about like abandonment. But this is just another exercise that you could just use for anything, and it's like physically like touching your heart, pulsing in and out, and you say, I'm okay, I am safe, and I am loved. And you do this while taking deep breaths, and it helped me feel so much better. It literally within 5 minutes helped me to feel completely calm again. Why I did it, while I was doing it, I started to cry because I just felt so overwhelmed at the moment. But it helped me to release my emotions and to move back into a sense of calm, and help me to feel like myself again. So I wanted to share that with you guys. And maybe sometimes, instead of thinking from a perspective of, oh, I need to get rid of this, get rid of this wound, get rid of this reaction that I have, sometimes we might have to accept that we just have to live with those things. But it doesn't have to take control over us. It doesn't have to affect the way that we act long term, or it doesn't have to drive us in a way that makes us do and feel things that are not good, because when I get triggered, I don't know, I literally have to say out loud today that I just don't feel good. Like, this, whatever is happening right now, is like really pressing on a wound that I have, and it's making me think of like the worst of the worst. And you know what, and I realized that the relationship that I have with this person, whether it's going good or bad, I value it right now, because one, it shows me where I still need healing. It shows me where I still have work to do. And it also encourages me to really take my nervous system work even more seriously, because at the end of the day, it's really not even about that person. It's not about that person, whether it's him or anybody else. I still need to learn how to calm myself in certain situations, how I can move myself out of being pressed about a situation into calmness, into regulation, and being able to do that fairly quickly, and just learn what my favorite methods are that make me feel better, so that I don't have to do things that I'm not proud of, so I don't have to say things that I'm not proud of, so that I don't have to go into autopilot every single time someone reminds me of my dad. If I don't want that wound to have that kind of control over me. So I'm really going to take it so seriously, and instead of running away from it, and instead of running away from the person or the circumstances that make me feel uncomfortable, I decided today that I'm just going to face it, because I'd rather be able to face the issue and work on the issue, even though it's uncomfortable, than to keep running away from the issue and thinking that, oh, just cutting everybody off if they do certain things is going to make me feel better, because it doesn't make me feel better. It just makes me, it feels better in the short term. You know, it always feels better in the short term to be like, okay, this is the problem, let me remove this problem. But in the long term, if you're not working on what the root of the situation is and the root of those emotions, it's not really moving you towards your goal of just like more wholeness and peace in your life and being able to manage any situation that comes your way. Because the truth is, no matter how old we get, no matter how healed we think we are, we're still going to be triggered. We're still going to have moments and people who remind us of bad situations that happened to us in the past that take us back instantly. And some of those things you'll be able to remove. Like, I feel like there's a lot of things that used to bother me that would probably trigger me a lot easier before that don't have any effect on me now. But I realized that, especially the wounds that I got from my dad, I feel like they're just so deep that I might have to deal with this forever. You know, I might always resort, once certain buttons are pushed or once certain things are done, I might always resort to going to that negative place. But what I can do is learn how to lessen the effects, and I can learn how to manage that anxiety that I get from those kind of situations when someone reminds me of him and it takes me to that negative place. I can just, you know, move forward. Because today I was doing a meditation when I woke up, and I also did a meditation for forgiveness. Sometimes I like to do guided meditations about certain topics, and then like before it tells me to turn off or to come back or whatever, I will just turn off my phone and continue my own solo meditation. And I thought about all the people that I still sometimes feel resentment for, and it just reminds me that, and then I was just reminded that me feeling some type of way or me having these negative feelings, it really is only affecting me. Because as I thought about it today, I'm out doing something, and then I'm just thinking like, see how I'm feeling some type of way right now thinking about this person. This person is probably living life, doing their own thing, and it's not affecting them, it's affecting me. So I have to make it my work to decide that I'm going to deal with this, you know, with or without whoever. You know, I don't need my dad to apologize to me in order for me to decide that I'm just going to cut him off and I'm going to work on this wound. And instead of giving this person the opportunity to continuously do negative things to me, or not even negative things, but just continue cycles that are not helpful and conducive to my healing, I'm just going to completely cut that person off. Because sometimes I want to cut off maybe a guy that I'm talking to, but who I really need to cut off is my dad. Because that's who I'm really mad at. I'm not really mad at, I might be mad at the person that I'm dating or whatever, but I know deep down the reason why I'm triggered and the reason why I'm going through certain cycles with people is because of my dad and the cycles that I've gotten from him. So instead of allowing that person to continuously disappoint me, I just decided today that I was going to cut off the person who really just doesn't need to be in my life and start to heal from that. Make it a point to really like do more work, because I've done work to get to this point, but there's more work to be done, and I need to be able to just reroute and really refocus on that healing so that I can move forward with my life. Because I feel like if I let something that happened with him control and dictate my life and my relationships with males for the rest of my life, I'm the one who's suffering because I'm the one who is unhappy, you know. So cut that person off. And then I decided today that instead of cutting people off every single time they make me mad, I'm going to use it as an opportunity to show myself that I can overcome that anxiety and that I can move differently and act differently. And as you start to do certain things, as you start to change different reactions to certain stimulus, you actually rewire your brain. The more often you're able to, you know, instead of like an example, you rewire your brain, and the more you go a certain way than another, you're cutting off certain neural connectors and then strengthening others. So say someone ignores you and it makes you feel, it instantly takes you back to, oh, my dad did this and my dad used to ignore me, so that means that this, that, and the third about me in a negative way. Instead of letting this stimulus make me go this way down a negative path, I can start to train myself that, okay, this stimulus is going to happen sometimes. Certain things that people do is going to take me to this negative spot. Let me start to reroute myself this way instead of that way. And every single time I give myself the space to make a new choice, the stronger this connection is going to be over this connection. So instead of automatically going this way, I can start to go another way. And even though I still, at this point right here, I'm still probably going to feel those negative emotions that take me back, it's being able to strengthen my ability to pause and make a choice instead of reacting. Okay, so that's really what the work is all about. And it's just helpful to remind myself that it's not, the person who's affecting me is not as important as the actual stimulus itself. Learning what is setting me off and paying attention to that. And then another video that I watched today talked about how if you are unaware of what makes you feel certain kind of ways, you should start logging a journal. And like every single time that you feel like you're repeating a cycle in a negative way, write it down and then think about it and be curious about it. Okay, what was it about this situation, or what did this person do that made me spiral in this way? And then you'll start to be aware of, okay, this is my trigger. When someone does this, and when someone does this, it reminds me of this situation and it sends me on a negative spiral. So once you become aware, you can start to have choice. You don't have choice until you're aware. So if you really want to change something, you need to start to pay attention to yourself more so that you can give yourself the option to have a choice. And that is my video for today. I hope that it helps you guys. I never want to be a person who comes on here and acts like I have it all together, because I don't. And even though I do lots of research, and even though I do try my best to change in positive ways, I still am a human, and I still very much have open wounds that still affect me today. And sometimes you'll get over one thing and you'll start to be better with one thing, but then you'll realize that, oh, this is still a problem here. So it's just like, it's a never ending thing. And I feel like the thing is, you don't have to solve the problem. You just have to learn new ways to react and how to slow down so that you can change, what you do in the situation, so that you can create new positive cycles in your life instead of negative ones. Okay, as always, stay patient, stay cute. See you guys in the next video. Please give this video a huge thumbs up if you like these kind of videos, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye. Mwah.